jump right on into this interview because I believe we each have a couple of questions for you. So,
Talk to me.
One, you from here, and
Uptown.
here I'm gonna say Uptown
Yes,
because
sir. Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna say 99.9% of DC Tonians, Washingtonians want to be recognized as being from DC and not DMV. So I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But you got started. But I'm not even gonna say you got started, but you have a platform right now that you have over 11,000 followers. You have viewers that skyrocket in numbers every single time you do a live. What in the world made you say, this is where I need to be because y'all need to hear what I got to say?
Well, it's therapeutic for me. I done been through a lot of different things, and I feel as though somebody somewhere needs to hear it. You know, my message is for a few people, but it's going to really get to a couple people. And as long as I can reach that couple people, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I've done my job just to keep people out of situations I've been through, give them my perspective. You know,
So with you actually reporting the video clip that we had just showed, with you reporting that, why was that important for you to speak on and actually put your take on it and get your voice on it?
well, one, I've been in his presence physically, where a lot of people that are actually speaking on it haven't been. I'm talking about pre prison, not after prison, but pre prison, pre
Mm-hmm.
informant and all that good stuff or what have you. And if somebody from the city could speak on it, I think I could be one of them. Now I wasn't the closest to him. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, his best buddy or his homie or whatever like that. But at the same time, I've been in his presence and felt the impact uh, that he brought to the city, along with Wayne Perry and some others. So I felt as though I should put a little video together and give my little spin, my little take on it.
Bishop.
So I ain't gonna say you just kind of told your age, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm a little seasoned like the fries. You know what I'm saying?
So far as actually being in his presence, knowing what he
Hmm.
did afterwards, even knowing what he was doing at the time frame, not probably in front of you, but in that time frame of you being in his presence, like what can you really take from, like, what type of individual was he really? Was it just business? Was it personal? Was he just that dirty of a dude? Like,
All three. He very charismatic. You know what I'm saying? Uh, greed was at the forefront of everything, of course. As most people get into the streets, want to change their lives, change their family situation, but then a lot of times it turns to something else. And with him, you know what I'm saying, he was making some money in New York, but he made some real money in DC. And even in deciding to cooperate, he did that for his own personal gain, of course, as most do. And that ego and that pride is, I think, was what did him in the end.
Mm-mm-mm.
unfortunately though, I believe that's what done even most of these rappers who live that sort of type of lifestyle, that pride
Facts,
of
facts.
being, I can go anywhere I want to. I don't, like, he left witness protection and went back to the very place he was being protected from.
Yeah,
Like, that
and
don't
that,
even
that
make
that's
sense. Unless,
brazen. That's
not only did he
brazen.
go back, he's bragging and boasting about murders that he did, and it's still people out here who love these individuals that he's done this dirt to, and then he's bragging over him and Wayne doing over. And I'm gonna take Wayne's name out of it. Him and his associates, you know, he named it people. They done got
Facts.
over 100 bodies, he say, from the DMV all the way up to New York.
Unfortunately, yeah, definitely. And the fact that he didn't just lay down, get his little book or movie money, and his fade in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Live out his life peacefully. Goes to speak for his character in the way of the machismo in it. Like when he touched down, and I guess when a couple people embraced him, it further emboldened him to say, "Okay, I got this. It ain't about nothing, because things change. The players ain't the same, and a lot of people that's out there now ain't built like they was before. Not to take away from anybody that's in the streets or whatever, but it's a different situation, different breed out there now.
It's definitely a different situation, a different breed. But
Mm-hmm.
somebody definitely was about that life that night because he no
You
longer
hear
with
me?
us.
You hear me?
And not to mention, it's supposedly be not too far away from a NYPD police station where he was shot at. So
Where
they
he
was
got it,
even in a hot
it
situation.
crashed right there by the station.
Yeah. So I mean, even that close to the post, it's like the night the zero fucks given, as people would say, was there that night.
Oh man, like not to take
But
away from
you reap
nobody,
what you
because
sow,
anybody could be that killer that on any given day,
but you reap
and
what you reap what you
and
sow, no matter the case may be.
exactly,
You reap what you sow.
exactly,
Even
exactly.
if you feel you're doing the right thing, it might come back on you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And a lot of people don't understand that making money and violence, even though sometimes the violence is necessary, but it can't be both. You can't be get on making money and the violence aspect and think that you're gonna last out in the world, out in the streets, and somebody either
Yeah.
gonna touch you or them folks gonna come get you and put you away forever in
So
a day.
Yeah.
I don't want to dwell on this situation too much because this supposed to be
Facts.
about you. But when
Facts.
it comes to being around in that time frame, and you know how DC dudes was treating the up north dudes, do you
Mm-hmm.
think that played a big part in today's society where they don't like us at all from up north, don't like nobody down here?
Well, I ain't gonna say everybody up top don't like us, but it's a stigma. One,
Well, not
because it's
everybody, but it's a
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
it's a lapse.
it's prevalent in some parts. Um, it's partially from the street game, and then
They heard
further
stories,
on
they family members, this and
from
the
the
third.
Fed game too, from behind the scenes in the Feds too. Uh, we being as though DC when Lawton shut down, a lot of us, most of us, was shipped out to Feds or whatever, and the tenacity and the ferociousness that a lot of us brought disrupted a lot of things throughout the federal penal system or whatever. So it caused a lot of angst and animosity, along with the fact that back, in the crack era, a lot of them tried to touch soil and didn't check in, as they call now, get with somebody reputable or bring themselves in right.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, not to glamorize or glorify nothing.
yeah. The FBI touched on it a little bit. That's why I wanted to ask you that
Mm-hmm.
question. There, they was not to get into details of what they say we was doing to these type of people, but we'll laugh at it, but it ain't funny. But yeah,
Facts,
I get it.
facts,
Justice.
facts.
Feel like I want to say
All right,
something. They gonna say
so
that.
my next set of questions are more like trivia things, just because I know it. First of all, it's big field speak, so I want to get your opinion on a couple of different
Talk to
topics.
me.
So,
Talk
all
to
right,
me.
so I'm gonna run them off, so you ain't gotta go like in depth of like a whole 5-minute answer. Okay. All right, so you ready?
Yeah, talk to me.
Kyle Rittenhouse. What was your thoughts of that whole trial?
Some bullshiggery. I can't say what I want to say because we're on this platform, but it shouldn't be over. I'll say that much. But that's some. Can we cuss on here?
Yes, you say
That's some
whatever you
fuck.
want
It's
on
some.
here. You ain't
It's
gotta censor
it's some fuck
yourself.
shit on here. It's some fuck shit that happened. Them letting them go from the judge on down. But I guarantee that if the prosecution is right, they'll appeal it right because that judge was biased the whole way along.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone how the verdict came out. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what was to me what was worse than the verdict? That
What's that?
the black guy known for stomping him out when he stopped him from killing somebody else, he locked up right now for assault and battery with
Huh,
pistol.
man, you hear me? When I found that out, I was like, wow. I said,
He's locked up right now with felony assault for stopping him from killing another victim. Ain't that
yeah,
something?
it's some egregious miscarriages of justice going on all across the United States, and we got a long way to go. We've come a long way, but we got a long way to go.
Next one.
All right.
Um, so today a verdict came out for
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in the case of Ahmaud Arbery. What are your
Mm.
thoughts on that one?
Damn Skippy, you hear me? Get him all that the bag of chips and put him in a federal pen and let the BGF or some of the brothers, you know what I'm saying, get next to him. You hear me?
They're gonna be
All
in the
right,
witness
so
protection.
man, they're gonna need
You
more
ain't
than
lying.
that.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
be in
need more than
something.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next one, did you see the video of the inmate that got beaten in New Jersey, in the New Jersey prison?
Which one?
It was not too long ago. I want to say it was like last week. It just recently happened. He got beaten by
Nah.
7 different inmates and had a microwave smashed into his head.
Nah, I ain't see that one. I ain't see that
Oh,
one.
okay.
But
Okay,
it happens. It
then I'm
happens.
gonna
I just
give you
say
a
it
general
happens.
question. Then, how do you feel about the murders and abuses and everything that happen between inmates in prison?
It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? It's like a razor's edge, but sometimes people put themselves into bullshiggery, as I say, to where they have to be dealt with or they need to be dealt with, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? For those that are innocent that fall victim to violence, there's no place for that. But then you got to also think about the security and the overall, the security of the prison, because when prisoners are locked up, is the guards and the establishment's job to keep every inmate safe. And if they don't, they fall short, and it trickles down the line. And you put murderers and robbers and people that do serious things in jail, and then you put other people in jail that really wasn't built like that amongst them. Things are liable to happen. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
especially when there's really no rehabilitation at a lot of facilities no more. A lot of the trades and a lot of the higher learning capabilities have been removed from a lot of places. So what else people got to do? What is going to be? A lot of places become gladiator school or you know what I'm saying. Uh, I just saw Big June put
Yeah, I'm gonna say that was coming up, June. I
a.
promise you, that's coming up.
They threw me off because
But
I looked down and I seen it. I'm sorry about that.
that's his way of letting us know we need to get back to his program. But no, that was actually my last question. So
Okay.
my next question before we get to the interrogation room, because I want you to fully break that one down.
All right.
With you being a native Washingtonian, how do you feel your mayor has impacted or changed DC or not changed?
Mm. In some ways good, some ways bad. I think I expected more out of her. I did, coming into her mayorship, and to see certain things being done with our neighborhoods and in the name of gentrification, and neighborhoods getting names changed and all this other bullshiggery, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not happy with it. We need fresh blood, whether it be Trayon White or Red Grant. I'm rocking either way with it. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be some fresh blood, people from the area, that know the area, that know the people, that, you know what I'm saying, can move amongst the people and know what the city need, no matter if it's black, white, Hispanic, or whatever.
All right now. Okay, so now that we got your take on a couple of different things, because I just wanted to touch on a few things because I
It's all
wanted to
good.
feel like, So you have your own show and it's called The Interrogation Room.
No, it's not my show. That's not my
Okay.
show. It's a gentleman by the name of Queens Flip from out of New York. Um, you might be familiar with, if you're not familiar with his day to day, you might be familiar with some of his earlier viral videos. He'd be in a car, his son might be eating a bowl of cereal or something. Some music come
Yes.
on, he'd turn up and get the
Yeah.
yeah. And I met
It
him
wasn't.
via video, not a review, a response video to a video he did with somebody
Mhm.
from out of Philly in reference to Alpo, actually, to be honest. And I gave my little 1-2 on it, and without I voiced my displeasure without being disrespectful, and he liked my delivery and respected my stance on it. And from there, over time we built a rapport, and I started coming to his lives on IG, and he started camming me up. You can follow me at Big Phil Speaks, BigPhilSpeaks on IG, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, wherever it's at, I'm there. You hear me? I engage mostly on IG though, and do my videos on YouTube.
So tell us, like, what is it that you do? Because I see somebody asking a question. You just talk. What do you talk about? Like who? Like why is your voice so important? That was the specific question.
I'm just one of I'm whoever the question is. I'm one of many. I'm not. I'm just Phil. I talk about things that affect and effect our communities. I talk about a little celebrity ish and dish, but I mainly touch on and want to touch on things that affect our community, whether it be financial literacy, community building. You know what I'm saying? Building a family, building stronger relationships, even through my failures and my misgivings. You know what I'm saying? That's what I am. I'm just another voice that you might hear amongst others in the crowd. I got a little bit bass in it, so you might hear it a little bit more. And plus, I give you my own spin with it, my own shiggity. You know what I'm saying? I do it a little bit different, my own twist, my own twist. This is Big Phil Speaks, and you're tuned into the party before the party. You hear me?
Hey, y'all already know what it is. Thank you so much again for coming on. Hopefully, this won't be the last time because I want to be
Anytime.
able to get that inside scoop and interview of this mansion that you got going on next
It's
year.
gonna be a lot.
Oh.
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be drama. It's gonna be challenges. But will there be love?
That sounds like the opening right there.
You hear me?
Exactly. Okay, thank you so much for coming on. And again, this won't be your last time on the show. So good
Appreciate
luck
y'all.
to you,
Appreciate Big
blessings
Joe.
to you, and prosperity to you. Happy Thanksgiving, and
Happy
thank you for
Thanksgiving.
spending your Thanksgiving Eve with us.
I'm glad. I'm humbled and thankful that y'all had me.